The night was silent until the sky split open from the cracks of reality itself. Rango saw countless worlds colliding, endless fragments of himself scattered across the void. Some fought, some screamed, some vanished into shadows, but none of them looked alive, and he knew what he was about to see would change him forever. In one world, he saw a version of himself transformed into a beast, claws tearing through the air, locked in endless battle with winged shadows, the forest blood with red moonlight, and every scream echoed into his soul. This was not just survival, it was torment. In another, he saw his body carved from stone, fighting a serpent woven from pure darkness. The sandstorm howled with forgotten voices. The ruins trembled with every strike. The battle had no end, only suffering. And then came the darkest mirror of all, a hollow creature with his face, fangs dripping with hunger. He watched as it fed on the weak, its wings cutting through fire and screams. This was no Rango. This was death wearing his skin. Each world bled into the next, each version of him lost in a war that could never be won. And then he heard it, a whisper that did not belong to him from beyond the cracks. A faceless presence pulled their strings, feeding on every pain, every fear, every soul. The multiverse wasn't fighting to survive, it was being harvested. And in the silence, Rango realized the truth. The monster was never out there. It was inside every version of him. The faceless one was waiting, not to destroy him, but to awaken within him. The night was not the end, it was only the beginning. Beneath crimson tides, another Rango rose from the abyss, a creature of the deep, chained to endless waters filled with screams. Every wave clawed at him, every serpent fed on his despair. His fight was eternal, his freedom impossible. In one shattered realm, he saw himself as nothing but a puppet, strings soaked in blood. Dancing to a faceless master's will, the crowd cheered without eyes, without souls, and Rango knew. The louder they clapped, the closer the darkness crept. Another version crawled through a world of rot, his body cracked into an insect shell, his voice swallowed by buzzing wings. Every step sank into decay, every breath tasted of death. He fought, but the jungle itself was alive, and it wanted him. And then he entered silence, a library of whispers where books bled secrets and pages screamed. A spectral self sat in its center, chained to knowledge not meant for mortals, its eyes empty, its whispers eternal. Rango shivered, because he could hear those whispers too. In a tower where time itself bled, another Rango stood as a machine, gears grinding against eternity. Every second was pain, every hour was a wound. He fought shadows inside broken gears, but time refused to let him escape. He was both warrior and prisoner. He ran through mirrors that did not reflect him, but twisted versions hungry for his soul. Each step closer to freedom only trapped him deeper. And when he looked back, his reflection smiled. It was already too late. A world of endless war. Ash fell like snow, and bones cracked beneath every step. A warrior Rango fought with a shattered blade, but his enemies rose again and again. No victory, no peace, only an eternity of battles lost. And then he saw the throne, made of agony, crowned with shadows, where the faceless one ruled. Countless versions of himself knelt in chains, their screams woven into the throne itself. He realized the truth: this being was not his enemy, it was his fate. Rango fell back into his own world, but the whispers followed. His skin split with shadows, his eyes cracked with infinity. He was no longer watching the multiverse, he was becoming it. And as the faceless one rose behind him, he understood the real horror had only begun.